Tesla CEO Elon Musk making a very bold prediction when it comes to artificial intelligence.
And my guess is that we'll have AI that is smarter than any one human, probably around the end of next year.
I don't know. I don't know if we should be scared or not. Gary Marcus, retired professor from NYU. You write this. You say in Politico, you say how to protect Americans from the many growing threats of AI. All right? You want to give us a few? Go for it, Gary.
Well, first thing I'll say is that I think Elon's claim there is crazy. I don't think we should expect that we will lose all our jobs or that AI will take over all of society by the end of next year. And I actually offered to bet him $1 million on those predictions. Haven't heard back from him, so maybe we can talk about that. But in terms of AI policy, even though AI is not about to be as powerful as he's describing, it's already causing a lot of problems. Misinformation, non-consensual deepfake porn, cybercrime, deepfakes that have tricked bankers, all kinds of stuff is already happening, and we need to deal with that. We need to deal with the fact that this stuff is impersonating humans, and we need to require transparency when it is used. We need to have some kind of national agency around AI so we can keep track of all the things that are moving, maybe not as fast as Elon says, but still moving pretty fast. We need to have some kind of thing like the FDA, where if you put out some piece of software that 100 million people are using, we should make sure the benefits outweigh the risks. So in that Politico article, I actually talk about a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean, listen, private industry needs to do that. Government needs to get involved. I mean, if you're right on that. I saw a video this week of a robot.
The people need to get involved. The people need to get involved, honestly.
And how do we do that?
Because industry and government aren't going to do it by themselves. And so part of the point of my forthcoming book, Taming Silicon Valley, is we need to stand up. We need to say, for example, that it's not cool that these companies are stealing all the work that artists and writers and so forth are doing. And we should say, we're not going to use your software if you're not going to be fair. Because if you're not going to be fair to the artists, you're not going to be fair to the writers, you're not going to be fair to me when it comes to whatever it is that I'm doing. So I think people have to think about tech policy in the 2024 election.
Okay, that's smart. That's smart stuff. Jamie Dimon says, think the printing press, the steam engine, electricity, computing, and the internet, among others. I don't know if you think that's overblown or not. I saw a video this week.
I mean,
let me finish. I saw a video of a robot playing badminton against a really good human being. There is no way out of 100 matches that human is going to beat the robot that I watched.
I don't doubt it, but I mean, badminton it's a game. It's not a profession, except for very few people. But you need to train the
robot to do it, and they did. My point is it's already here. I'll give you the last thought.
Yeah, so there's a difference between AI for some single narrow task, like hitting a badminton birdie or something like that, and getting it to work in the real world. So, for example, we haven't really gotten driverless cars to work, even though $100 billion have gone in. So it's actually hard to do a lot of AI in the real world. Okay. It's actually easier for bad actors to use it because they don't need reliability. But for a lot of things, we need reliability. We're still working on that.
All right, you're very thoughtful on this. We'll talk again, okay? Thanks, Gary.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.